Hi, my name is Carl Millender, and I am one of the creators of Atlanta Homicide. You're watching our promotional DVD, and you're seeing now the opening credits for our show featuring the stars, Constantine Varazzo there, and this is Miss Angelina Cortez, who plays Thomasina Wilmore. This young man is the great outspoken Cal Coffin, who plays Detective William Bryce, and next to him is Alan Tiemann, who plays Detective Alan Peoples. This young gentleman here is Patrick Smith, who plays Officer Eric Erickson, which is our equivalent of the county coroner or the medical examiner. You're watching great Skyline footage courtesy of Andre Buckner and company, and this is our opening logo, Atlanta Homicide. Atlanta Homicide is the story of 6 detectives and their lives as it pertains to the homicide division of the Atlanta Police Department. These young men and women fight crime on a day-to-day basis through the findings of forensics evidence and crime lab and crime scene discoveries. When Hattie Lemon and I first came up with the idea for Atlanta Homicide, the original concept was to include the entire greater Atlanta area, not excluding the 4 counties that actually make up Atlanta, in which in real life each have their own individual police departments. However, we put this giant city together, the great Atlanta, for our Atlanta Homicide team to cover. What you're watching here is an episode called Crescendo. Each episode we choose a different segment of the community of the Atlanta area, and this one we focused on the Hispanic community. This will also serve as the cornerstone and more than likely a second episode of our series, because Angelina Cortez, who is plays the character of Thomasina Wilmore, is of Hispanic origin. She brought her friend in to do this undercover scene, and she gets murdered in this particular scene that you're watching here, and this will be something that will follow and haunt Thomasina Wilmore throughout the series. Now, the episode you're watching now is called The Business, and it was written by this young man, Todd Parker. Todd Parker is a very good writer, and he's written for at least 4 of the episodes that we've shot to date. He is an excellent director also. This particular story is about a ex-hitman who has been murdered. Now, in discussions about putting Atlanta Homicide scripts together, we determined that every case does not have to be solved. I mean, in real life, there are many, many unsolved murders. And so we figured that karma would have it that a hitman's murder should go unsolved. I mean, he got away with killing so many people, so why should someone get caught and go to jail for killing him? The way the story unfolds is that one of the relatives of a person that he killed got revenge, and so that's how we came up with the storyline for The Business. The next episode here is Color Me Bad. This was written by Nikki Milton, a very talented writer from the NYC Film School. This particular story, Nikki took the West Atlanta community and created this story around the lifestyle, the urban lifestyle that takes place in that particular community. It's also the community where our soundstage that we film at is located, and this particular scene here was shot just a few blocks from our studios there in West Atlanta, not too far from the Georgia Dome. As you can see here, the story, Color Me Bad, centers around this young lady who has gotten jealous, basically, about another girl who is seeing her man, as she puts it, and she murders her, and that is what the story centers around. The next episode here is Equinox. This is our latest episode. It features all of our young detectives, and this will more than likely be our premiere episode. Because of that, you're watching Trey Green here, who is a very talented young actor. He's just completed doing 3 scenes with Samuel Jackson up in Los Angeles. He is a very talented guy, and this guy right here is Alan Sanders, and that's Constantine Verrazzo, and these are all great people. And Shamir Love here, who plays our young, talented crime scene investigator. This was a very fun episode to shoot because there was just so many people that were involved in shooting this, and the locations that we had were super. I mean, with every episode that we shoot, we come together better, more efficiently as a team, and each episode looks better photographically, talent-wise, and story-wise, and that's how a great show evolves, and that's how we hope to keep evolving in our efforts to make Atlanta Homicide the top rated crime show on television. This particular episode features Calvin Hotz here, who is actually one of the murderers, we find out later in the story, who is going around killing young ladies and leaving them on the side of the road. However, he just happened to bump into another murder, and he actually has a phobia of touching dead bodies, and it's quite an interesting story, and I'm sure anyone who watches it will be amazed. Here he takes off, and it's one of our action scenes where they get on a chase to track down this guy who they're not sure who he is or why he's running, but that's why they're chasing him. The next episode here is Fate of the Arrogant, written by the great Eric Coker. He's a professor over at Georgia State, and he is a very talented writer. And this young man here, you might recognize him from MTV's The Real World Seattle. He's known for the famous slap of a young lady who had accused him of being gay. It's very funny. It's a very famous episode on that series, and actually he's in Los Angeles filming the Real World reunion as we speak. This is an episode where Steven plays a very arrogant person who has been accused of killing his son by mistake or on purpose, and the DA, because the young man's grandfather is a very powerful businessman in the Atlanta community, has put pressure on the police department to solve this case, and because of Steven's arrogance, or his name is Gray in the movie, he actually finds himself confessing to the crime even though he was not guilty. Now the way it unfolds is very interesting, and it's a testament to Eric Coker's writing style and his great ability to add suspense to a story, and all the people who watch it love it. Now, I'd like to thank you for watching this demo presentation of Atlanta Homicide. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we want you to become a part of our family, and by doing so, we'd like to ask for your commitment to support us financially and spiritually.